They need to hit like 4 cards to make that combo like.
No, they need to hit 3.
They already hit like 2 of the cards, so.
Yeah, 1 more to go.
They just need to say you can't run the deck.
Yeah, it's just.
It's only for casuals.
Ah, man.
I hope someday Gear Chronicle dies, personally. That's just me.
Wait, what'd you say?
I just hope that Gear Chronicle dies.
Yeah. Well, you know, if your opponent dies, it counts as a win. So just get all the
Thank you
Gear
for
Chronicle players.
rolling.
Wait. What is Rising VGC? Because Rising VGC had a token Rambu top.
Is that a private event? It sounds like a private event.
I don't know.
Is this US or this is US, right?
Japanese. VGCSs are Japanese. We don't get those.
Aw.
Or weeaboo trash.
Yep.
Yeah. So I love how Luck and Logic died, and their Bushiroad's immediate response is, "Let's make another game."
Let's make another game. Yeah.
At least this one has good art, though.
Yeah. I
I
actually would play it if the mechanics are good. The art looks good so far.
feel like
I hope it's literally just Luck and Logic mechanics.
It just looks different.
I feel like it feels like a very Magic the Gathering-esque art style.
Yeah, that's why they're only releasing it in the US, is because it'll appeal to Westerners.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's a good direction.
I mean, we'll see in March when they release it, and hopefully we'll know like how to play it and what you're supposed to do.
They should just make it Pokemon.
Yeah, because I was trying to say, like, if you're going to play a Magic the Gathering-esque style card game, then play Magic the Gathering.
Exactly. They already have it fleshed out, and I don't think anything's really like
no,
we haven't tested this yet.
If you want to play Magic the Gathering style card game, play Final Fantasy.
Shameless plug for Final Fantasy.
Oh, wait, I know what to do with my other $1,000.
Finish Final
Buy
Fantasy.
another box.
Get $1 million.
Yeah, I actually bought out all the cards from Troll and Toad, so they don't have anything else that we need for the decks.
Oh,
sweet.
So besides the fact that I bought out their inventory, they still didn't have enough inventory for me to finish the decks.
Maybe someday they'll get more in.
I'm like that guy from Georgia. I fucking own all the copies of the shitty card game.
When did they wait? When did they confirm that Opus 2 was coming out?
They only release like one set like every 6 months. This game has weird releases.
It does small releases because it doesn't want to saturate its market.
Yeah, well, on top of that too, they only release the game once a year.
Come on,
That's
Square Enix. Come on.
Final Fantasy TCG. When are we getting Opus 1 Wave 2?
That's already happened. That's why I was able to buy out Troll and Toad's inventory.
Oh, so we're just done with waves? They don't have any more of the shit anymore?
I don't know. Like, the game was heavily underproduced. Wave 2 still didn't meet all the pre-order demands, so they're still having pending pre-orders for Opus 1.
I'm looking on Amazon, and there are only 2 boxes. And they're on, are these all both on order only? Yeah, they only have 2 boxes on Amazon, and one is a $200 box, and the other one is $450.
Wow.
What the fuck? This game is super good if you like money.
Yep. You know the best part?
If you like just making money off of games.
I was going to say, if you bought that $200 box, you'd still profit by a ton if you could sell the cards in it.
Yeah.
If you bought the $450 box, even with shipping, you would still make your money back because boxes are like $500 to $700 value.
Did you pull that lightning? You did? Sell it?
Oh, dude. Cool Stuff Inc. has inventory.
Really? For Final Fantasy?
I'll send the link to the chat here.
Yeah, send that to me because I'm almost done. I'll probably hold off on buying Gear Chronicle, but I want to rebuild Gears, and I also want to rebuild Kagura without SPing it out.
Kagura's pretty poopy right now, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
What cards are you looking for specifically?
I'm thinking about rebuilding hand traps.
I'm talking about Final Fantasy. My bad.
Final Fantasy. Oh, should I have to go back and see what I ordered? Because I know that I need a. I need a snow.
Okay. Which snow?
The one drop snow.
Okay. Is that used in the Fire and Ice deck?
Yeah. I know I need like 1 or 2 more Ultimacia. I can't remember what I ordered because in order to save money on shipping, I told Troll and Toad that it was okay to wait a week and a half to ship it.
Okay, they have the 1-drop snow on here.
Yeah, I need that.
It's $9.
Jeez.
What the fuck? God, he's gone up in value.
You can buy it for $8 instead, but it's played.
That's fine.
All of these cards have ratings too, which is hilarious. Like, this game is actually pretty popular because people are actually rating the fucking cards on cool stuff, which doesn't really happen that often.
Yeah, there was a guy that was selling the Cloud for $300, the foil one from the starter deck that's not even good. He had that rating. He had that rated by the organization that does like factory sealing of cards, and that was like steel cases, and it gives them like a letter ranking grade.
Yeah. What was the grade?
It was. I don't know how the ranking system works. I know it was like the top one mint condition.
Oh, okay. I think it's like an S or something.
Yeah, they have like a weird coding system.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
like S or
double
triple
S?
S. Super cards.
You know, the best part is if I build gears, I won't have to ever buy cards for it again because they're not going to print but cards that are better than the ones that they already fucking have.
You would only have to get like a crossover dragon, and that's it. Because everything else is total crap.
Move cards when they ban them.
Yeah, because that's the
best deck idea. Yo, they have Minwoos on here, dude.
Really? No, I already bought out all the Minwoos on here.
They have like 3 Minwoos on here.
Yeah, I remember when that card was like literally impossible to fucking find.
They also have Emperors on here, which is surprising because Emperors sell it too. God.
You guys ready to get to it?
Yeah, sorry, we were talking about Final Fantasy trash because that game is good.
Yeah, the game was great. I'm very sad it's under-supported.
So it's supported and we can actually play it because we already have the 2 best decks in format.
Final Fantasy is good. Good luck, man.
I can't wait till more support comes out and people start playing it so we can just go to tournaments and be like, we're playing the best 2 decks in format. It doesn't matter.
You right.
The hands on all the cards.
Oh god, I looked at Fire and I said deck is so fucking stupid. It literally goes, you play stuff, I rest it, I poke you until you die. You play something that's hard to deal with, Bahamut. You have a problem with it? Fuck you.
I can't wait to fantasy. All right, so
I might actually have money to split on a box whenever Opus 2 comes out as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. That's $60, so it's not bad.
Yeah, I actually have money, so I can actually pay for it.
Pull like $200 or more of freaking value from the box.
Like the last time, where I just go, here you go, Nick, take all the cards, build all the good decks, I'll just play the game.
Oh god, yeah, I just get all my decks from the Facebook group. They post all the tournament results there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do any theory crafting for that game though because it's so under-supported and we just don't have a scene here.
I would wait after what, like 3 boxes, 4 boxes?
We only have 189 cards or something.
Yeah, we have like 220 cards in format.
Yeah.
Wait, did I say format?
After the next set, we'll have format. We don't even have formats yet. There's not enough cards.
Well, this is Team Sunshine. We're talking about some boring Vanguard stuff, of course.
Yeah.
There's Nick.
I'm Zeke. Or William. Or whatever I go by on these videos.
Totally enthusiastic. Why can't this game be like Final Fantasy?
Deck for the same price as a Vanguard deck.
Except it's worth more.
You can build a Final Fantasy deck for the same price as like 4 Vanguard decks.
Let's see, I'll sell gears, I'll sell shadows.
You can also build like half of the good decks in the game with 1 box.
Anyway, let's get to this so Nick can edit this video later.
Okay.
So where are we starting with, Nick?
Okay, so we'll start off. We're gonna start off with just going over the tournament results for the year. So the reason why we're gonna go over the tournament results for 2016 is one, it's just kind of fun to go back and look at it and see how the year was, and to just look at gears and gears and gears and gears. But also to see kind of where we're going for the future and see why Bushiroad made their decisions on the ban list, and just to see how the formats are different across the world.
I see tons of plants in the future, lots of plants. And Link
not
Joker.
In this country.
Plants. and
no one knows how to read.
Yeah, no. It's really interesting too, because there's a lot of talk about people. There are a lot of people who talk about like how good freeze ray messiahs are, and the deck is pretty strong for format. It's probably one of the better controlled decks in format, simply because Chaos has a better control engine, but it just can't deal with some things that are in game right now. But it's also very interesting to look at. Freeze Ray had a very, very, very small showing in the US, but a huge showing in Japan.
Should I put up the 2016 US results real quick?
Can we post that?
Watch. I can put it up real quick.
Yeah.
And let me do this.
And then we can just talk about it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna focus on me, and then I should be able to share screen. Here we go.
Yay!
Yeah. This is all the work that Nick put into for like 3 hours.
So if anyone's wondering how we got these results, are what I did was I went in and I tallied these one by one. And when I started this, I thought it would be fun. When I ended it, I was not having fun.
I like how with the Revengers you put a $sign there, and I could tell you were either tired at that point or you didn't care. Also, that's how much Revengers are kind of worth right now compared to other decks.
Yeah. See, Dimensional Robos topped 2%. Revengers topped $2.
That's all they're worth right now. Not playing that freaking low.
To be fair, the G-Zone is expensive. G-Zone is way more expensive than Revengers.
If you're not running those $37 Morphesas.
Oh, God, that's so stupid.
That's another rant for another time.
Yeah. So just to kind of get started, and something that really surprised me about 2016 was how well Novas did in the United States.
Yep.
Just wow.
We like our wrestlers, dude. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently. And just a little bit of a contrast, like once I started comparing United States to Europe and Asia, Oceania, and also just all their events from Japan, it kind of disappeared. Like it's only popular in the US for some reason.
Which is good for all those people who want that new Victor Stride.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. That card's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm still
we'll actually see it over here.
I'm just surprised that we also have a little bit of people who are still playing Nasiel Gravale instead of like Pure Gravale or Pure Rescue.
The deck's also really good. It just kind of it just got phased out because when is it? If you're playing it just exploded in popularity because it was really good when it came out, and then actually I think Gears was good before it came out, but Gears just didn't kind of pick up on the hype train until I don't know. It took people like a month to realize that Melon was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even though I was talking about Melon being ridiculous before it was released.
Mm-hmm. I
remember I was at a shop in Jacksonville, and I was talking to the players, and I was like, listen, I think this card is going to break the game. How sad. How sad I am to be right.
Why?
Also, it's really interesting that a deck with a 2% total win rate, 7 Seas, had its main engine banned.
Well, 7 Seas Rush didn't really come out until the end of the year, and also the way that I feel about 7 Seas Rush, because the deck is good. I would say that it's up there with the tier 1 decks, but it's not amazing, and it's not unbeatable, and it's not busted like Gears is. I think the big reason why 7 Seas Rush got banned or got hit so hard by the list was because it's not thematic.
Yeah.
There are decks that can deal with it.
Sanctuary Guard.
Sanctuary Guard can deal with it. Chaos can deal with it.
Well, anything I think that had access to Limit Break or early game play can deal with 7 Seas Rush.
Yeah.
It's really the G decks that really can't do much against it.
Yeah, so when a G deck, and that's the thing is that's a majority of the format, and that's what Bushiroad wants to be a majority of the format. They want to see us making really big, flashy stride plays because this game is a thematic game, and they're aware of that. So that's why I feel like Seven Seas Rush got hit.
Yeah.
So the good news is that America had a little bit more of a diverse topping than Europe and Asia. If
Should
you
I go to Asia real quick?
Oh my God, go to Asia. I'm sorry, Asia, Oceania. I'm sorry about your pain and
Worldwide.
suffering.
Here's Asia. Oh boy, look at that.
Oh my God, Seven Seas Rush topped twice.
Yeah.
So dumb.
And then my favorite results was Bushiroad of Japan. Now Bushiroad of Japan had the most diverse listings, with Gears only being top 24%, but that's still twice as much as second place.
Mm-hmm.
But also they had a sample size of 89.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 89, 189 decks on their website.
Ugh.
So it's they had the bigger pool to pull from, but the thing is that they're still just, besides for rush decks, that's also a reason why Seven Seas Rush kind of just spiked up in popularity, is because it's probably one of the things right now that could deal with Gear Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
The other kind of decks that are up there is like the Chaos Messiah hybrid. That deck saw a lot of play worldwide, but that deck saw a lot of play in Japan, but it saw no play in America. But also that deck kind of dealt with Seven Seas Rush as well.
Yeah.
Like if we're looking at some of the decks up there, like if we're looking at some of the top decks, it's just that once Gears gets to its stride, there's nothing that can be done. And so someone was talking about how Freeze Ray can deal with Gears, but the thing is that Freeze Ray is a bad ride regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And Freeze Ray isn't you ride it and you win the game or your opponent can't beat you. Freeze Ray is, I hope I can stall until I can get to Messiah, because by time you ride Freeze Ray, and the reason why, by time you ride Freeze Ray, in a majority of games, you're probably going to be at 3 damage before you get to grade 3.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's not really worth guarding early in the game unless your opponent calls rear guards, because if you throw down a 10k and your opponent's swinging for 14, then that means that if they see a trigger, you take the damage and you wasted a guard.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ride Freeze Ray, you're at 3 damage. When your opponent swings at you, your opponent just has to play smart at that point. They're going to swing Vanguard. If they get 2 crits, they win the game. If they get 1 crit, they still hit you twice. And then at that point, Freeze Ray's lock on taking damage effect is completely pointless for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So Freeze Ray is meant to stall at best, and it's still a bad ride, but it's the best option that Messiah has, and it's not an answer to Gears.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best answer for Gears right now is Saint Guard, and Saint Guard just has to rush it and kill on first ride.
Which it can do. I mean, we saw that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I used to pilot it when we went to regionals.
Yeah, and that's also kind of another interesting fact, is that we all know that Saint Guard got hit in Japan, and that's because Saint Guard had a lot of tops in Japan. Actually, only 11% though.
Yeah.
Sanctuary Guard had a lot of tops in Japan. I mean, it was a 12 critical version, but Saint Guard in America saw very little play, and that's why I didn't get hit here.
Man, still that 42%. If there isn't a problem here in Asia, I don't know what is.
So
isn't that including Singapore, which is like their thing?
I can go to the Bushiroad website and tell you what Asia Oceania consists of.
I think it consisted of Singapore with
So
China,
Asia,
and then is Japan consider its own separate region?
yeah. So Asia
okay.
Oceania consists of Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, the Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, another part of the Philippines called Cebu, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
So Australia's in there.
Australia, what's wrong?
They Oh god. Ge- Either Gills kills you or the I can talk today. Either Gears kills you or the wildlife does.
It's pretty bad.
The the this is just kind of interesting going into the new year. I feel like Gears is still going to be a number one deck for next year.
Yeah.
Well, like we keep talking about, and I feel like we need to actually test this, is with Gears, people are saying like, oh, Melon needs to be hit or something else needs to be hit, and just why don't you just have someone make the deck, say, what if Melon was limited to one, this was still in effect, this was still in effect, and see like what would break the deck so that it could not be played anymore.
Yeah. Well, because with water going to one, like her water being at one doesn't make a lot of difference besides the fact that it could now possibly be damage check.
Yeah.
The only reason why water was run at more than one is because, hey, what if I damage check it?
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no other reason to run water, or more than one water. So now that it's down to one, it's just I hope it doesn't get damage checked.
Yeah.
Because the deck can super easily search it out. TikTok was a good decision because starting with it and then having just really ridiculous plays, or having a Melon swing and then get an Water and a History Maker from one attack was ridiculous.
Yeah. We also have to keep in mind, though, how many cards can you ban from a deck before it just becomes unfun to play your game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing on people's minds is if they ban so many cards from it, then what's the purpose of playing the deck and then no one's going to play it?
The only
And that's
thing
an
that
issue
I
from a
have,
marketing standpoint.
yeah, from a marketing standpoint, it would be bad. But from a player's point of view, I've been
It would also be
playing.
bad.
It's just like from a player's point of view, I play a different clan who barely gets support, but when we do get support, it's appreciated. So for Gear Chronicle to come out after what 4 years roughly of us having the original clans, and they get some of the best support we've seen outside of Shadow Paladins as the only comparison.
Mm-hmm.
I could give two shits whether or not that clan lives or dies if they hit it.
Yeah, either that or.
But the issue is that now a lot of people play that clan, so being told, oh yeah, that deck you dropped like $400 on is now worthless can drive a lot of people away from your game.
Yeah. Or they can just like make slight ruling changes, like if like back when they changed the orders of effects, which had that big impact on Nightmare Dolls.
Oh yeah.
They just if Melum dies, then if Melum dies and you can't fulfill the effect and you still don't get your grade 0, that at that point makes Kagero a hard counter. Kagero and Freeze Ray a hard counter to Link Joker or to Gears at that point.
Make it so that it has to remain on the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Or make it so it's after the attack, which means other decks can counter it.
Yes. And that way there'd be 2 hard counters to it in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Is Melum on attack?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's on attack, it gets the 4K, and then at the end of battle, it does the rest of the effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though Gears also has a Vanguard that says X plus restand.
I think also another interesting solution would be to errata Melon to a 6K.
That would have been amazing.
That would neuter the card though.
Because but then it wouldn't matter because then you wouldn't be getting pluses off of damaging and attacking your opponent. You'd only be getting pluses off of Urwater plays, so it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah.
It would make that turn a lot less potent.
Yeah, I feel that that'd be probably a little bit more of a more difficult change to do than some of the other things that we're recommending or suggesting. Or just dream scenarios that I wish would happen.
Yeah.
Or errataing it so it only gets 3K on attack.
Yeah. Or even unless it's cost, like, because it's going back into the deck isn't cost, it's just part of the effect. Just like Scything Saint.
Then something else back as well.
Yeah, just like besides your cost, if you can't complete an entire effect, then you don't get any of the effect. Something of that nature. Just like, what should we call it? Just like, oh god, I can't remember what it was called now. I'll remember it as soon as we're done recording too.
Yeah.
Does Errata require Chrono Jet to work? Or does Melon require Chrono Jet to work?
No.
Oh, no.
You could errata it because the thing is that so when the ban went through for Chronofang, or when the ban went through for Urwater, it killed Chronofang as a deck because that was the only thing really keeping it alive. because you could
Yeah.
do the same thing. It's just you didn't really get the benefits of like running Chronojet. Surprise, surprise. So the thing is, if they eroded it where you could not use Melom in a Chronojet deck, I think it would have been more fair to Chrono Fang, because then at least Chrono Fang has an advantage engine. Because it needs it. It needs it to work.
Yeah. Or just like that really weird change when they said, hey, you can't run Dual Knights and Sankguard.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
That's an oddly specific ban.
What's wrong with Sword Me? Oh, well, we'll go to Benin and draw a free card. That's fine.
You can't. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like interesting things to do that wouldn't be super annoying to people playing the game.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that we won't see any changes to the rulings of the game until after the spring tournaments are over, and then that's if we're lucky before winter tournaments.
Yeah.
I feel
But we
like
have 3 events a year now, so
Yeah.
I feel like another
because we
thing
have the summer.
I feel like another thing they should have done was that with History Maker, I feel like that should have been just another Amber clone. Like it needed to be boosted.
Yeah. That's really silly that it doesn't need to be.
Because that's technically, it gets you another card and another attack.
It's pretty silly.
Mm-hmm. For a counterblast, you get another. So I would technically say, since they would either have to guard blast,
We're losing you.
getting
Yeah,
a
you cut
card
out really
for activating your water.
Yeah.
So we're putting up there for gears for the future. I want to throw another deck that I think is going to do well in America, probably not well worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw out there and just kind of like be a sheep on this one, but say Novas are going to do really well in 2017 in America.
I think as long as they're not going against Link Joker, they have a very good chance.
And the thing is that Link Joker is just not super popular in America. Like in Japan, Link Joker, Messiah, Hybrid, that deck saw a ton of play.
Mm-hmm.
The Messiah Hybrid saw more than anything else, and it's because with the Messiah Hybrid, like even though you lose a little bit of synergy by putting in Chaos, deck has no bad ride.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
All the hybrids are really interesting too, because I saw one that had I saw a hybrid build that had Chaos and it had Alter Ego, but it had none of the Messiah rear guards at all. I just feel like they splashed in Alter Ego for Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Which isn't bad. I mean, it's lock everything that's not locked and unlock everything that is.
Yeah. Well, and also the way something that I've just noticed through lots and lots and lots of playtesting, because Link Joker is my favorite clan, is that Link Joker just has Chaos has a really, really hard time against units with resist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chaos has 2 problems that it has a hard time against units with resist, and it just doesn't make numbers. And other than that, the deck has nothing wrong with it. The lock engine is perfect. The draw engine is ridiculous.
Well, no, I remember the time where I was playing against Chaos with Blade Wings, and you really hated the fact that, like, not only did I barely call rear guards, but like I could guard all your numbers.
Oh God!
With like 2 cards.
Yeah. And that's also just kind of with the clans and the game getting the support that it does and all the clans getting better, it's kind of gotten to the point where you sit there and wait for it to die, which is because Chaos will eventually just burn itself out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with the clans getting more and more support, it's kind of like you have to run Messiahs because it can make the numbers and your opponent doesn't have to play the waiting game. Or your opponent can't afford to play the waiting game.
Well, it's also that like you actually you not only hit numbers, but you get like what 5 attacks off minimum.
You get 5 attacks off with common pieces.
Yeah,
And they're pretty big.
Yeah. Also, Messiahs kind of turned the dust against Kagero, but that's not a big thing right now.
Yeah.
Messiahs do so bad against Kagero. Because I need rear guards for combos. What? I don't have rear guards anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I just don't like the idea of having to have a rear guard in order to lock my opponent's stuff. But I'm also going to do lots of playtesting because I want to see something that I didn't playtest with for new Messiahs is seeing how I think his name is Nida Sundrop or Nida Sundew.
Mm-hmm.
seeing how he does instead of Arrestor.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So anyone was throwing anything up there for what they're thinking is going to be great in the United States for 2017?
I think it honestly depends. I still think Sankar is going to be great over here. I mean, we haven't gotten hit on the grade 3. You have Arc now. You can technically run Arc and Guarantee if you want to run budget Sankar. It's still a busted deck.
Yeah. And the best part is that now we can have more than 4 grade 3s in our deck now.
Yeah.
Yay. We have no bad rides now.
I think that Luard's going to be in the top after a set or two.
Yeah.
Set 11, yeah, or set 10. Set 10, we're definitely going to be scary.
When did Luard come out?
Last set.
Last set.
Yeah,
well,
set
I mean,
9.
when was that? Was that in
December?
So that means that it came out in right around November in Japan, right?
Yeah, about.
It's either early December or late November for Japan.
Yeah, if they had a November release and they already had a top, and the deck is like literally brand spanking new, then that means that the deck has some force behind it, and it'll definitely be a thing in the future.
Well, it gave G Shadows compared to Claritsard, where Claritsard was like, oh, you can CB1, get a dude, give it +2 to, oh, I kill a dude to help set up my mechanic to get 2 dudes.
Yeah. Well, the deck has a draw engine. It has Shadows probably has the best generic strides in the game.
I mean, I've been playtesting it, and I've tried it with Luar Diablo. I've tried doing, in theory, crafting just pure Diablo, where like I would proxy Morphesses in and just run pure Drag Wizards, and I ran like 8 stand and 4 draw shadows. There's better ways to run the deck, but each way I've ran it, like you still draw a whole bunch of cards. There's no way to slow it down, unless you like.
I feel like
you prevent it.
Like, okay. I feel like
if you get control, like Link Joker, if they lock like one unit that you cannot sack, but even than that, like as long as you're in Ritual and you can go into the Drag Driver stride, you can still get dudes.
Yeah, I feel like if you pay $37 for an on hit though, you're stupid.
I feel like it should have been at least like $5 to $8 for it.
Yeah,
but part of me feels like it's short printed.
Yeah, well, it's a triple rare and it counts as a grade 1 in the drop zone. So Morphessa, that's
14K attacker. I mean, you put a grade 1 behind, that's 21K.
Yeah, but even still, $37.
I don't think the card was short printed.
Also, Grand Blue has a 16. I was going to say Grand Blue has a 16K attacker, and it's a grade 1. I'm sorry, not a grade 1. It's a common. I feel like regular 7Cs are going to do really well. The breaker, that deck saw a ton of play throughout the years, and it makes ridiculously big columns and has ridiculously stupid plays, and it's just hyper consistent.
Yeah, the Luard issue is literally just doesn't have enough support yet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be up there. It has a really, really sick draw engine. It has really sick strides, and it has a crit trigger that says, "Hey, put me back on the deck," for no reason at all.
I like how it doesn't duck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like how the crit draws you cards too.
Yeah. I wish I had a crit that said in drops. I wish other clans had a crit that said in drops and put me back in the deck.
No, Chaos, you can't get that too.
I want that. I feel like anything deserves that except for Gears.
No, but the thing is, like, I've been running like like for now, as far as like Morphessa replacements, like your best bet is honestly playing I would say in the Diablo hybrid where you have access to Hull, because Hull can get just as big, but it gets you resources.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I've been running Grosnay, which is basically if he's on the field when you do Luard stuff, he becomes at least a 15K base before doing more things. So.
Yeah.
I would hope you playtest and build that deck, but $37 on hit.
No, it's man. I just wish that price would go down because I need to pick up a playset. It's good. It's good to run in Luard. There's no reason not to run it.
Yeah.
Besides the price.
$37.
Besides the 57. Well, technically, due to market price, it's 33.69. But oh no,
The yeah,
I think there will
I
be
think
clones of that card anyway.
yeah, I think that we're gonna see. Yeah, I think the dominant decks for 2017, or at least the first half of 2017, are gonna be is gonna be Gear Chronicle, Seven Seas Break Ride, Nova Grapplers,
thank God.
St. Guard, and probably Shadows will pick up its head because it's popular
Yeah.
and it's good, and it has, like I said, a stupid draw engine, and it does whatever the hell it wants.
I just want, like, if I can get that promo for Dark Irregulars, I would say that Enigmatic Assassin OTK would be a more active thing. It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah. I feel like Asia and Europe are probably going to have more of the same for next year. It's just going to be lots of gears with maybe
Yeah.
one other deck.
Yeah, and we've already had our first top of the after ban list, and it's pretty much the same. Nothing has
think-
changed.
So, like, the main thing, like, I would have to look into would be after Try 3 Booster, and then the next set Gears gets any kind of major support. Because that's really going to depend, like, how the meta is going to shift, I think. Because when was it set 4 when Gears got their best support since? Or was it
I
set
have no
7?
idea.
It was the only like noticeable support that they got was, I mean, Melon, which was really good, and then Gear Groovy, which was really good.
Okay, so like those two sets basically defined that Gear Chronicle was there to stay, and it
Yeah.
Set 5, and next stage came out another set.
I think it's set 5 and set 7 because that's when Mellum came out.
Set
Yeah.
4 and 5 were the ones with next stage and Mellum.
I don't remember. I'm not a Gears player.
I just looked it up.
Oh, okay.
I literally
Yeah,
just Googled it.
So with those two cards, they kind of really define that Gears is super dumb. So I'm gonna say, like, I need to wait for two sets where Gears get support, and then it's like either they're going downhill now or they're at a plateau and they're pretty much not going to get anything good. Or
Yeah. Melon is too good for now.
well, I think Mellum, Next Stage, and Gear Groovy, like you said, were the three cards they could have gotten. Getting Crossover Dragon in Try 3 isn't busted, but it gives them a late game, like, oh, you have to guard every attack or I restand again to kill you.
That's pretty. Yeah, that cards are actually really terrifying.
So it's like
Which card?
Crossover Dragon, the restander they got in Try 3 Booster.
Oh, the guy that just calls 2 Chrono Jets.
Yeah, and if either one of them hits, your Vanguard restands.
Yeah, that card's bad.
It's not bad for late game.
You and I literally talked about the card and said it was shit.
Yeah, but then I saw Japanese players using it with Try 3, and they would literally, like, if they didn't kill him by next stage turn, and they were low on resources, and they did the double Gear Groovy thing. And
How did they not win?
And they basically go in, and then also Card Protagonist, I think, talked about this, where they go into it once, and they go, okay, call 2 Chrono Jets. I swing with my Vanguard. I give all trigger effects to my rear guards. Now you have to guard both of these, and if you don't, then I push them the soul and I restand.
My only issue with it is, how have you not won by that point?
Yeah, I'd just rather do another Groovy turn, and if you survive second Gear Groovy, then I'm a bad player.
I'll show you guys the video later where he talks about it, because it was actually a decent point to hear. Because I never considered it being used as that, just as I want you to guard everything this turn.
Crossover Dragon's a Gear Dragon, right?
Yes, it should be.
It's
But
an
it
axe
has a
skill, you
main
can't
phase
use it.
skill, so you can't use it with Gear Groovy.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
an axe skill.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
No, you can't give main phase skills to your Gear Groovy.
Man, imagine having next stage and crossover skill.
Your herds too.
I win the game in every way, shape, and form.
I'm gonna swing you my Vanguard twice. Okay.
If these rear guards hit, I'm gonna stand up again.
Oh yeah, because the on hit skill is given to the rear guards. So if the rear
Yeah.
guards hit, you restand your grade 3 Chrono Jet with glory.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That'd be great if that was real, but it's not.
It's not. The dream is dead.
hopefully our predictions will be right, and hopefully we'll have we'll have another successful. We'll have Team Sunshine will have a successful 2017, just like 16.
Yeah.
Instead of getting third place at an ARG, let's get first.
I would like to do that. Yeah.
Maybe.
Or go to an ARG tournament where 4 members of the top 8 are all 4 members of our team.
Yeah.
That was great.
Anything else you want to bring up as far as like Bushiroad news?
We need to go over Japan, don't we? We need to go over Japan thingy.
You wanted to do that like another week, right?
No, I can just edit it and add it up another week and edit this part of the conversation out with shitty Windows Movie Maker.
Well, I was gonna head out. I gotta do homework and stuff. That's why.
Okay.
Yay, engineering.
Okay. Yeah, we can cover that point at another time.
Yeah, it should be free this next weekend. So.
Okay.
But other than that, I think the only thing that there is mentioned is like Luck and Logic is dead, and we're trying to get Project DB.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah. Instead of supporting
they're gonna
make
TCGs that are still alive in the U.S. market, we're gonna make another one just for the U.S. market.
Still not as bad as
Yeah, Bushiroad.
I liked Luck and Logic for a short while.
I like how they had Satan's birthday party.
I hope they
I
just
wasn't invited though.
I hope they wind up just saying Project DB is Luck and Logic mechanics, but with good art.
I would laugh if they did that. They would save so much money.
Yeah, it'd be like the Final Fantasy TCG. Just reset the game.
It would be funny if like they released Project DB and then that just totally flunked in the U.S. market again.
Does Buddy Fight even
like it
anymore?
Yeah, it does. Not very much in America though. Like the people who love that game, and I've been told it has great mechanics, but the game is so undersupported here and it's so expensive. If you can find the cards that you want, then if you can find the cards that you want without ordering a box, then they're super expensive.
I built a deck in that game for like $40, and it's pretty good.
Well, for Luck and Logic, they
got
a ruling or something that said that because it's dying in the U.S., they can use Japanese cards now. So the game, I think, it's a little cheaper.
Oh,
yeah.
You should. That game's so confusing. What you should do is just get the Japanese cards and say that they have a fix that they really don't.
Okay. Every card is Olga.
Olga's so dumb. That was like the only thing I would consider playing if I played that game.
Every card is TransUnion 5 Olga.
Well, what was it called again? It's like his paradox was like you pay a cost and they get minus everything.
You pay a cost and they get minus, I think it's 1 million to everything. To every stat that has a number, it's just minus 1 million. They can't do anything that turn.
Yeah, it was just like it cost a lot, but it was really good.
Not for the Olga deck, because your costs just replenish every single fucking time you do anything.
Well, I think when he got released, he was one of the few that had like was it a 5 or a 4? I don't remember.
No, he didn't get shit when he released. He was bad, and then he got like the next set after he was super.
Oh yeah,
good.
it was the second set.
The second set, then he's like, okay, I make all your costs negative $1 million. You can't do anything about this.
Yeah, we'll say second set is last set. Now, how many sets did they get in America before it got discontinued?
We're about to get the 4th one printed.
Oh wait,
And
so
that's
the
the
first
last
one.
one.
So the game is already dead, and they haven't even released the last set in America.
No.
That's hot.
And I'm guessing no one's gonna buy it.
Yeah. So does that mean that? So wait, does that mean Luck and Logic will be at the spring tournament for 2017?
They said it will be. Like they said Buddy Fight's gonna be day 2 or something, or there are people saying Buddy Fight is day 2, and I don't know how accurate
still
that
up there
is.
on the
And people are
calendar?
kind of upset.
Because I think someone also linked a picture of it, and they said it was gone. So if it's still up there, I would laugh.
I mean, that'll make a lot of people upset, but Buddy Fight also just doesn't have motion in America.
Yeah, and also they should have been treating Vanguard better anyway, because it has more players, it makes more money.
Yeah, at least in this country.
Yeah. Like giving us 2-day tournaments finally,
Yeah, finally, Jesus Christ.
and then throwing all the shield games on day 2.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, the or one of the players on our team getting kicked out of top because they cut around due to time. The players that he beat ended up making top, which makes no sense.
I really wish I had the stats from that so I could actually see if it did make sense or not, because I'm still confused about it.
Yeah. Well, I know that he ended up playing. I know that Hayden was playing Sandguard, and he lost only to Aquaforce and an Angel Feather player. In fact, it was the Angel Feather, the player that made, I think, third place overall at that event. He beat that player, and that player made top over him.
Damn. Well, it could also have been a situation like whenever we went to that ARG and every single person you played against dropped directly after playing you.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was great. I broke souls that day, and my win rate, or not my win rate, my tournament record.
No, I was talking to someone the other day in one of the other live streams discussions. I think it was Vanguard Central, or was it Team Isolation? I don't remember. One of them. Basically, he was like, I was just like, yeah. Apparently, they have two-day tournaments now. So if you make 5-2, you make it to the next day. And they're like, well, there's no chance of like you wouldn't do well the next day if you made it that way. I'm like, well, yeah. I'm just saying that's the minimum to get in.
Wait,
I
you
wasn't
wouldn't do
saying,
well
like,
the
it was,
next
like-
day? What does that mean?
I mean, like, do you play Gears? If you play Gears, you're fine. Are you doing bad with Gears? What are you
That
doing
doesn't
here
make-
then?
That doesn't make any sense. Because if you were making it to 5-2 anyway, you would have probably had to play against good decks already by the time round 3 happened.
Yeah. Also, I feel like there's only one hard counter to Gears left in the entire game now. And that's Pray to God Sandguard.
Triple crit on, or double crit on Vanguard swinging there at 3.
I guess I'm going back to playing Seeker Rush.
No, you got to do the grade 1 gold Paladin Liberator Rush.
I'll just do the Bermuda one so I get as many cards as they do for it in grade 3.
And be like that one player playing Atlanta who looked me down the eye and goes, "What's luck?"
You gotta make it so that all 3 Melangallica clans get all their rush decks banned.
We'll work on it. What's the JoJo name for the Bermuda Triangle one?
Stage Act Duos. I think it's Duos Stage 2 or something is what it's called.
That's hot.
And it's a reference to Echoes. Speaking of rush decks, though, Ancient Dragons, Ancient Dinosaurs, or whatever they're called, the Tachikaze subclan just got 2 really good fucking rush deck cards printed.
Are we going to see the revival of Tachi grade 1 Rush?
Wasn't Tachi Grade 1 Rush actually really good?
Yeah, and it got a card. Let me find it. It's actually super good. It's like I was reading this and I was like, this totally isn't going to bring back grade 1 rush for Tachis at all. Like at all.
It'd be so great if we got a grade 1 Tachi Rush.
One. It's just not good. It's not
Well, I mean,
as
a good
good.
one.
Yeah, this one will be sick if it winds up. I gotta find him. He's a little fucking pterodactyl dude. There he is.
I know what you're talking about.
Ancient Dragons. Yeah, Ancient Dragons Patera Kid. Hold on, it's loading. Okay, so he's the grade 0, and his skill is Counterblast 1 as units that are tired from Rearguard Circle for the card with the Ancient Dragon and its card name. During your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at 3 cards on the top of your deck, search for up to 1 Ancient Dragon from among them, call it to an open Rearguard Circle, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order.
Dang.
And for reference, like the Ancient Dragon combos are usually I swing, I sack dudes to do more stuff. So now your combos become I swing, I sack my other column, I call another dude out. I swing, I sack my other column, I get another dude out. Becomes like almost pseudo 7C's rush. Actually,
the thing
no.
is,
It's higher power because it calls out grade 3s instead of grade 2s.
Yeah, you would run the what is it? The Tyranno Legend or whatever when you kill the baby one. You get the giant grade 3 out already.
Yeah.
I love how Tachi's is the only deck where killing babies is okay.
You eat the baby.
Even though when you're playing against
literally grade
You're the-
3.
Even though when you're playing against Messiahs, aborting a fetus should be your number one priority.
Oh dear lord.
Yeah, I think that's in the news. Possible Tachi rush in the future. You heard it here.
It's something to watch out for if they support for Tachi's that's really good, Ancient Dragon wise. Or even grade 2s, because who even cares? No one runs Sea Breeze anymore.
Yeah. I still do.
That one of Sea Breeze is important.
But I don't run it because of rush decks. I run it because on the chance you accidentally miss your ride, I can activate effects and then stride.
Yeah. It actually matters in Chaos.
CB2 pitch a card to hopefully turn this game.
It's nasty.
I still like how so far Bushy's been releasing all these subclan cards or these subclan starters that are basically like, oh, you do whatever your clan does and then you get to stride. Who cares if they're a grade 1 or 2?
Yeah. I kind of want to know what the marketing idea behind that is, because most of are those old sets even still sold?
The old sets of cards with the subclans? No.
Yeah.
You have to get
and Bushiroad doesn't profit from the secondary market, so
it must have been just Revival Collection was kind of their purpose behind this, at least in the US.
Yeah.
I mean, some cards are getting reprinted in the new sets coming out soon, but it's like
they've been reprinting a lot of the bosses from those subclans though, so it hasn't been that bad. Like Raging Form got a reprint.
Yeah, we're getting Die Kaiser Breakrite again.
Yeah.
I love the art for that one. I just wish it was triple R foiling.
Yeah. I mean, Machines got Stag Beetle reprinted.
I like that reprint Stag Beetle, even though it's
really hot.
I'm gonna replace them with that one because I have a playset of those already.
Yeah.
I think maybe I don't know.
It's only the best. It's probably the best Mega Colony right that clan has.
Yeah.
Warcycle's still pretty decent.
Warcycle's good just for counterplay.
Yeah, that 11k base does matter.
Mm-hmm.
I like how we have a Mega Colony has a card that says, if I hit you, I could possibly win the game. If I don't hit you, you don't get to play the game.
I've hit with that and not won before, and it made me very sad. It was also because my opponent had 10 cards in hand. And they were like, I can take 2 damage.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. Do you want to drop from being live?
Yeah, I think we're done here. Is there anything else?
Can't think of anything. I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
Covered expectations for next year. We've covered the numbers. We have a set review coming up whenever all the cards are spoiled.
Yeah.
And that'll be a long ass video. Spoilers, Garmor is not that great, but he's going to be pretty tight for certain plays.
Shock.
Guess what? He's the only stride with a crit that gold paladins have access to.
Yeah, and guess what he brings back into that gold paladin deck? He brings back those cool gulls.
No.
We're going to be drawing free cards
Draw a
again.
bunch of cards and gain a crit. Let's go.
Yeah, this is actually something I wanted to talk about real quick was the Garmor stride. It is pretty terrible.
Do you want to talk about it live or talk about it privately first?
It's up to you guys. Do you want to record just some thinking about some new cards? Because we covered Patera Kid or whatever.
It's up to Nick. Nick's the one cutting all this crap. So
Yeah, let's do that in private, and we could probably talk about it another time.
Okay.
Because I'm going to have to edit a lot of this out.
All right. Well, this has been Team Sunshine with Quorum.
Zeke.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. Peace.